Hey guys, sometimes what you're looking for isn't a project that takes 27 steps and 3 days of your life. You just want something that you can come in, throw, complete, and just be done and have something that's both useful and beautiful. So I've got a quick project just like that for you today. We're gonna make a little sauce boat or a little creamer. You can decide how you wanna use it. But basically, it's just going to be a little cylinder, and I'm going to show you a quick, dirty way to make a spout on it that's not too fussy and might make a nice gift come holiday time. So stay tuned, and I'll show you how to do it from start to finish in one go. So I've got about a pound of clay here, and if you're going to be making a creamer, my feeling on it is you want something that's fairly small, because how much cream do you actually put in your coffee or your tea? And you don't want to be having to deal with pouring it back or wasting it, because cream certainly isn't cheap. So this would probably be more of a sauce container, I guess, is the bottom line. This is a pound. You could probably use about half a pound for a creamer. So we're going to smack it down, center it up. This is being thrown on a bat just because I didn't feel like taking the bat pins out of my wheel. You don't need to throw this on a bat, but you can if you want to. I'm gonna open it down. These don't get trimmed. Another one of the reasons why this is a fun, quick project. Take it down to a 1/4 inch thickness in the floor. And I'm gonna pull straight out and make a nice distinct corner. You don't want to get these too wide, because you don't want to have to put a handle on. This is the beauty of this project, is it's narrow enough that you can just grab it and pour it. And so it's just a very direct, simple project. I'm going to pull this up. One thing you want to do is leave a little bit of extra thickness at the rim so you have something to turn into the spout. So I won't get too carried away pulling up at the top. I like to slow the wheel down and move a little bit more, not aggressively, but decisively with my pull, so that you can see I get these nice little throwing rings in the side. And I think that helps with feeling like you've got a good grip on the pot when you're done. I'm gonna dry out the inside. That's pretty important. Get all that extra liquid out. Sometimes I like to use a sponge brush for this. It just makes it easier. I'm gonna clean up the bottom edge. So the first thing I'm gonna try is sort of plowing away the excess. So I'm gonna place the blade flush with the wheel, point the point of the knife in the sort of what I would call the wrong direction, and then slide it up until it starts plowing that little extra bit of clay away from the base. And if you like the way that looks, you're good to go. I like it. It's giving me a little bit of a lip at the bottom that I'll be able to hold on to when I go to glaze it. I will soften it and smooth it out a little bit when it gets to leather hard. Now let's just talk about this spout. When I'm making a big pitcher or a larger spouted form, I spend a lot of time pulling the clay up and thinning it and forming a distinct spout. For these, the beauty is in the simplicity. So what I'm gonna do is take my thumb and index finger of my left hand, my non-dominant hand, and I'm gonna sort of block out the extent of my spout. And then I'm gonna take my index finger of my dominant hand and just put it inside and kind of give it a little, I call it a wet willy on the inside to form the spout. So placing here and here, wet willy, I'm just gonna stretch that clay out. And then I kind of run into my finger and my thumb so that it makes a distinct little corner. And then I'm going to go in and kind of create a throat. So I'm going to take my hand away and show you. It really extends that spout area out from the bulk of the pot. It is, it's going to be effective. It's going to pour okay. And it's just that easy. You can just practice making that move. That's what I like about it. And if you want, you can indent the sides a little bit. So again, you've got more of a positive grip on it when you're holding on to it. If I was going to do that, I would actually not do it now when it's wet. I would wait till it was soft leather hard. And I'm always tempted to just do it with my hand like this, but it's not symmetrical and it bugs me. So what I usually do is grab my fingers like this, and I make like tongs, and I press it in with my fingers that way so that it's the same on both sides. And that's it. I'm just gonna wire under this and declare it done. And you can make a whole stack of these in different sizes and have a lot of fun with it. As you might be able to see from the steam on this, I've artificially accelerated the drying time with my friend, the propane torch, just so I can show you that last little alteration instead of just talking about it. If this is going to be used for something thick, like a sauce, having this nice wide spout is great. If it's going to be for something a little bit thinner, I don't know, maybe like a vinegar and oil kind of salad dressing, you might want it to be a little bit tighter and more precise. So you can take your fingers and press in and make it a little bit more focused in its pouring. And then the pressing in from the sides, here's that tong thing I was talking about. I figure out exactly what height I want it and make sure my hands are at the same height. And I'm just gonna kind of poke with my fingertip and press inward. I'm going to turn it so you can see the impression that it made. So it's kind of a nice little dimple. I'm going to press it a little bit farther, and then I'm going to come back and kind of re-round the form with a nice broad surface in my hand. So I've still got those indentations where I'll be able to grab it, see how it feels. Oh yeah, that's going to be great. I've got a nice little spot to grab it from. And it looks kind of cool. Hopefully the glaze will get in there and look interesting. I don't want it to be too squished oval, so I always just bring it back. And you can have all kinds of fun too. If you want to square it up a little bit, you can kind of squish it different shapes. These are really, it's not a lot of clay that you're investing. It's not a lot of time. So enjoy just experimenting different styles of spout, different ways of finishing. Nobody says you can't put a handle on these. So if you want to practice handles, they're great. But what I love is that it's just, you throw it, you alter it a little bit, and it's just done. And fun little project, makes a great gift.